Good morning. Welcome to the homestead. Well, it rained all day yesterday. Today's high is going to be in the 50s. And so we've contemplated what we're going to do today. Now, yes, we have all those trees where we have it piled up where the one fell and then we added to it with the branch we dropped. But we decided that we're not going to start there. What we're going to start with is this big, huge pile of thorns that have been sitting here for a year. And Lee thinks it's probably best for us to just burn the whole pile. It's wide, it's not tall, it's really wide. It makes me a little nervous, but since the ground is soaked from yesterday's full day of rain, we decided that maybe it's pretty safe to do that. I'd feel more comfortable if we had a hose in our hand, but we don't. The biggest concern is the trees nearby if the wind picks up. But I think it's doable. So Lee has moved all the electrical lines that were near it and pushed them out. And it might be a very hot fire, but just to begin with. We're not going to add any more thorns or branches or anything to it. We do have a small burn pile that we started that's right next to the little pond. We've already killed the ground there. So I don't want to kill the ground too much. It will kill it somewhat, but not too much. It will fill in next summer, but we really want to get rid of this big, huge pile. And so that's what we're going to do today is go ahead and start a burn pile and get rid of these thorns. Once we get rid of this big, gigantic pile of thorns, then we can start clearing the brush around all these trees and dropping more trees that we need to get rid of on the property. Winter's the best time to do it because it doesn't have all the leaves and the green growth, and so they can sit and well, some of them are already dried out, but they can dry out until we get ready to burn again. But burning the wood is the easiest and fastest way to get rid of it. We do have that small wood chipper, but literally it is small, and the idea of chipping all of that will take forever. And so burning it's the best way to get rid of it and leave it in place instead of putting it on our little burn pile and burning it little by little by little. The fastest way is to burn the whole pile, get rid of it, and get it out of the way. So that's what we're doing this morning. And you can see Lee's already gathering his supplies. So let's get to this. If you're wondering where Eclipse is, because you know she's everywhere we seem to be, she's right here. I made sure. She tried to get in the limbs earlier before the fire, so we want to make sure that she doesn't try to do it at once we catch it on fire. So we've got her safe. Don't you worry. Out of abundance of caution, Lee is only using the diesel, but in second thought, because it burned for a little bit, but it went away, and he's having trouble keeping these things going. So he's going to go ahead and bring out the gasoline and do the gasoline. It's not as safe as the diesel alone, but with the rain yesterday, it's not capturing, and so we need them to capture, or it's just a waste of diesel and propane. Okay, I spotted a rat running around, so we're burning rats out of this, I don't know how many rats, I just saw one, but one's enough, and we don't want them to go towards the RV, but we're burning them out. as you can see, the burn pile did not start burning. Little sparks here and there, big poofs, and then nothing. So it looks like Lee is now tightening up the stack and trying to consolidate it more. Here comes little Eclipse. She bites my fingers when I hold her. She's such a cutie, but boy does she hurt. Grabs your finger with her little claws and then nibbles on your finger like you're a, nice barbecue rib or something. Anyhow, got my gloves here to help.
I've never had a fire fail before. I guess it's just too wet. Kind of doesn't make sense, but oh well. I guess I got to sit out here and watch it now and see if I can light it off better without blowing things up.
Okay, this is going to be a seriously boring video today if that's all you get to watch is Lee watching the fire. I guess I'm going to need to go find something else to do so we have some better content, huh? At some point this fire is going to start. It's going to take off. But isn't this just craziness? It's craziness. Okay, so the charcoal briquettes really did help start that fire, as well as the, what is that called?
Lighter fluid.
Lighter fluid. And so we do have a good fire going, so it should stay captured because it keeps the winds blowing it inward, which is a good thing. And so, whew, maybe this day can move on now. Okay, we took a little lunch break, and when we came back, it was all just smoldering, as you saw. We did not see. And but we've got it stoked again, and so we're going to start feeding that corner with smaller branches and stuff. Okay, the battery died. No sooner did the battery die than the chip got full, and so basically you didn't see a whole bunch of stuff. Probably didn't see the whole fire go down to nothing, which is kind of miserable and irritating. But at the same time, it is the way things go when you're dealing with cameras and you're trying to do the work. You don't pay attention to what's happening with the camera. So anyway, what I've done here is underneath that tree way over there, I took 5 loads of branches from under the tree. There's a couple that I could probably go get, and we burned them down as well. So now Lee's taking a little bit of the brush that we had over in this burn pile, the one we didn't burn, and he's adding them to these coals, and hopefully we won't put these coals out before I can get the rest of the wood. So anyway, that's just the update. That's what happens. Oh well, I'm going to work now.
Well, it took all day. I've never had a problem starting a fire before, but today was the day. But good news is it's gone. We're almost, and it's going to look great.
What do you think? You think it'll go up, or do you think we've killed the fire by putting that wet stuff?
Well, I guess that fire is going to have to just smolder itself out. It'll smolder all night, probably most of tomorrow. Most of that stuff should be gone by then. Anyway.
Okay, well, now since we've got this pretty well cleared up, we can see that there's a huge dip on this side of the yard. Create its own little pond, it will. And we knew it was a wet spot, but now we can see that it's just really kind of a gully, really. But we don't want the gully to be there, because on this side we have this pathway that goes to this new pond area, and it goes this way. So we need this side to be level. And so that's what we need to fix. We use the dirt where we're digging for our pond, and we can put it in on the holes on this side. There's two of them. There's one over near the electrical panel that we know also puddles really deep. So we got to fill that one and this one, and make sure that it still has a flow going down, so it comes off the little hill, but at the same time all the water needs to go that way. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on the homestead.